Melissa Ryan. Welcome back to my channel. I want to start off with moving. Everything sort of started for me when I moved out of my parents' house. I was 19 when I started looking at apartments in Brooklyn, and I signed the contract, the lease. I think it was a 1-year agreement. It might have been 2. I ended up staying there for 2 years, but I did it right after my birthday, and that's when everything sort of changed. I grew up in a very religious household, not so much on my father's part, but my mother's. She was raised in a Catholic family, nothing very extreme, but when I was about 11, she got immersed in the Christian faith, evangelical free, and she sort of brought us all in it. And 11 is a very impressionable age. I don't know. I don't want to say I went with it because it implies that there was no free will, because I did believe it for a long time. I'd pray all the time. I felt guilty because they tell you pretty much everything is wrong with you. It's difficult thinking about myself like that because I was so reliant on a higher power who apparently just judged me for just thoughts and feelings I couldn't control. Nothing very extreme, I mean, I guess the brain itself is an extreme thing, but it's not like I wanted to kill anyone or do anything violent. It was just, sexual things. But yeah, so 11 to 19, 20 was a long time. I became a Sunday school teacher. I did vacation Bible school. I gave my heart to Jesus. I absolutely did. I believed in everything. There were things that bothered me about the faith, but I don't know. No one ever really answered my questions properly. Anyway, when I moved to Brooklyn, very, very quickly, I started just questioning everything. And I remember praying to God, help me, because I'm losing my faith and I need your help. Bring me back. I don't know, I just did research. I thought the Bible was a load of shit because it's just been translated so many times, and people in higher power would, insert their own shit to control the masses. That makes sense. People do it today all the time. So yeah, I was an atheist for a little bit. But I believe in a creator now. That's a different video. The thing is, what I'm trying to get across is, more than ever, this is a statistic I read somewhere, and it makes sense because I know a lot of people like this. The millennials aren't leaving their houses. They're not moving out. They might go to school, but they'll stay in with their parents. People my age do it all the time. Also, if they have children early, they'll shack up with their parents still. I know different things work for different people. I don't expect everybody to be like me. But for everyone across the board, I don't care who you are, it's important to know who you are. And that's hard to do when you're living in a space full of people, especially full of people that have known you since you were born. That, we rub off on each other. It's human nature, it really is. You can be independent as you want, but if you're living with your mom for fucking 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, I know a lot of people who go way past that, and it's like, how are you ever gonna really know your true self? I was brought up with religion. There's even a verse in the Bible, I'm not even gonna try and quote it, but it says, if you bring your kids up in the name of the Lord, he'll guide them. You know, if they stray, he'll always lead them back. I remember saying that to my mom. I really do, because my mom, it took me a long time to tell her that I wasn't a Christian anymore. But she's very cool with it now. She never used to be. She wasn't cool with a lot of things. We have issues. But I was raised with that. 20 years later, maybe 3 months in, I don't want to say renouncing my faith. That sounds so dramatic. But it felt that way to me. It really did. I was praying every night since I was a little girl, you know. Anyway, I moved out of my parents' house. It was incredible. It really was. There's another video I want to get into, but I think 6 months, 3 months in, I leave Christianity. Another 3 months, I became a vegan. I stopped eating everything that I had been eating literally all my life. And I fucking changed, dude. I really did. And I remember I was very excited when I first started. I don't want to get into this right now because this isn't about moving out. The point is, I changed everything about the way I was eating. When someone cooks for you all the time, like your mother, like your father, like your siblings, you know, it's comfort, it's love, you know? But when you cook for yourself and you start to think about what you're eating, what are you putting in your mouth, it's just another facet of learning who you are. I wish everyone could be a vegan. I think it's absolutely possible. I think the world would be fucking beautiful. That's another video. Okay. Moving out. Changing my diet. Leaving my religion. Reminds me of that Billy Joel song, I think. It was amazing moving out. Oof, another thing. I started smoking as well. Not cigarettes, I've always been against it, but I started smoking pot, and I fell in love a little bit. I really did. It wasn't like this in the beginning because I was so new to it, and I wasn't using it properly. I would smoke it with my friends and watch television for hours and eat like fucking Chinese food all the time. But after maybe like a month or two of just sort of smoking and eating constantly, I realized how it can open your mind to, I don't want to say it like that. I want to say it closes my mind off to, I know it's different for everyone. Personally for me, and I know it's like this for others, it takes away the stress of my life. Stress is the #1 killer that we have. It absolutely wrecks our body. And it sounds almost crazy to say because everybody's stressed. This world is stressed. We have a lot of things to be stressed about. But this hones in on what's important. I mean, if I'm really upset, bad night at work, you know, I just had, you know, an issue with someone, I smoke, I'll sit here and I'll write poetry. I'll listen to music. I'll fucking dance around my kitchen and cook. That's what I do. I love to smoke. I absolutely do. And that was another thing. I was so against it growing up. I really was. And I don't even think kids really young should smoke. I think they should absolutely wait until they're older. It's different for everyone. I don't want to preach. I'm a huge stoner. But I think it's important. And for me, it's a pretty big component of who I am right now. But right there, that's 3 major things where everything changed about me. It wasn't even a year. And like these things I've kept completely. Like, I'm still a vegan. I'm going on 9 years. I got this tattoo. It says herbivore. I don't think it was even a month after I decided to be a vegan, and people told me I was fucking crazy. But I was like, no, this feels right. This absolutely feels right. And still, I love nutrition. It's a huge factor of who I am. I'm excited to get into nutrition videos because I'm really into that. And that's what veganism came from. It's just moving out. Every single thing about me changed. I had friends that I had grown up with who I don't really talk to anymore because I'm a different person. And I mean, it's a little bit sad, but you know, we all have our own paths. We really do. And for me, I don't regret anything. I don't regret anything in my life. I didn't always feel that way, but I think it's important to just know that everything really does happen for a reason. It's not just bullshit that's going on. So yeah. With YouTube, I've got a 15-minute limit. I'm up to 11:32 right now. So I'm gonna have to end it soon, but what I want to do is do like, I'm gonna do how to change your life. I want to do it in all caps. I don't want people to think I'm screaming at them, but I want that to be just the series name for people to recognize it, like you. And then I'll do, this will be part 1, part 2, then we'll keep going depending on how many parts. Moving out, okay. Moving out, I move all the time now. I don't stay in one place for any more than 3 months. I haven't since I moved to Brooklyn, essentially. The longest place I stayed was in Brooklyn. But when I moved out of my roommate after 2 years, that was huge. I'll get into that. The second one was moving to London after I'd gotten married, extremely young. It's a fucking crazy video right there. Moving away from London when I left him, 1.5 years later. I moved to New York. I moved in with my best friend, stayed there for a year, and then moved out because I decided to start traveling. I was absolutely miserable, and I just hated everything. And now I'm traveling all the time. I'm going on 3 years now where I've just been traveling all over the world. Canada, Europe mostly, pretty much only. In the past 3 years, that's all. But yeah, right now I'm in Montreal. It's amazing. I have to end this video because YouTube doesn't want me to go on after 15 minutes. This has been great. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. I'm excited about this. I really am. Thank you. Thanks for watching.